Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we are back with another recording of Game of Thrones Episode 6. In the first recording of Episode 6, which I really do have to train myself to say the phrase recording instead of episode, otherwise I would have just said in the last episode of Episode 6, which doesn't make any sense. We fought a bear, we found the secret forest. What was it called? The White Grove? I don't even remember. And then we made like a speech, and then we made like a speech, and that's all we did. Oh man, I don't know. I go back and forth in a bad way. Usually, if you half of the time want something one way and you half of the time want something the other way, that usually means the game is perfectly balanced. But in this case, it doesn't really feel like that. Half the time I want them to just get rid of all the quick time events and go full on story. Half the time I want them to get rid of all the quick time events and go full on actual game mechanic. Like actually walking around and actually clicking on people to talk. Back to the old school point and click adventure game that these Telltale games nowadays aren't anything like at all. And I guess that makes for a smoother experience. No recent Telltale game that isn't an old point and click adventure style game has ever had me in a situation where I've been lost or confused. It seems like everything just keeps going. And that really would have worked rather well if they were going to try and tackle like something huge. If Telltale was given the opportunity to tell like the story of The Witcher 3, which is a pretty good comparison. There's a 200-hour easy game that is pretty heavy story-wise. If they had tried to tackle that length of game, and they were just always pushing us forward, always moving us to dialogue choices, always making it almost like an interactive novel, which it is getting towards a visual novel aspect, that might be appreciated for some people. But I still think Witcher 3 should exist in its current form. It would just be interesting if they could have a Telltale mode. Maybe that's really where Telltale is going to innovate, is eventually all game creators will just have a story mode that is very much like this. Anyways, we're supposed to be playing the game instead of just talking, so let's get into it. The North Grove.
He's lying! Look at him. He's a crow. He doesn't represent the Forresters. Never seen a crow this far north of the wall. Must be a deserter. I don't trust fucking deserters. And you're traveling with a wildling. All the more reason not to trust you.
We need your help. My friend is sick.
By the look of him, your friend is going to die. They must teach you nothing at Castle Black. I could have killed you out there, as easily then as I could now.
He's a warg.
The bear likes your kind even less than I do, so I suggest you shut your mouth. Your blade pierced his shoulder, and I felt the pain as if it were mine. You couldn't possibly understand what that's like. But I could make you understand.
Enough, Josera. He claims to serve House Forrester.
Yeah,
anyone could say as much.
Seems like nothing I say
What proof do you have?
said there would have mattered.
If you'd have us believe it's not a lie.
I was given this by Talia Forrester before I left. It's the Forrester sigil, made from ironwood.
Some of those people look like the zombies.
You trust this crow?
That necklace is Forrester Ironwood. No one else could craft it as well.
My friend is wounded.
Maybe it matters.
He won't live long without our help. High Vis.
Wait! Where are you taking him?
Who is this girl? Is she a prisoner? Why else would you be traveling with a wildling?
She won't cause any trouble.
A wildling girl? She'll betray you the first chance she gets. My name is Elsera Snow. This is my brother Josra.
What is this place?
Also,
A
there's
refuge
some new
against the
snow.
forces of darkness during the long night. A place of great power to those who know how to use it. I assume that's why you're here.
You're a long way from home, aren't you? There must be a reason you've come all this way.
House Forrester is in great danger. The Boltons are the Wardens of the North now. Ever since Lord Gregor fell at the Twins, the White
What do you
Hills have-
mean? Since Lord Gregor fell?
Lord Gregor was slain at the Twins months ago. Betrayed by Walder Frey. You didn't know? Of course. How could you?
He has no idea who we are.
Why would he?
You're right. He's just a messenger. All he did was use some ironwood necklace they gave him. Why should we trust him with anything? They clearly didn't. Otherwise, he would know.
Lord Gregor was willing to trust me. If he was, then you can too.
He wasn't the best judge of character.
Perhaps Lord Gregor never told anyone.
I wouldn't be surprised. Better to hide his shame where no one could find out. Whites.
Gregor wen fenden bjonen. This is the gift the Grove gives me. I control these warriors.
What about them?
Hiftanes.
What? No! Let me go!
Did they teach you to fight at Castle Black? I hope they did. Otherwise, you're likely to die.
I'll fight. But only if you release her.
I knew you couldn't be trusted. Maybe you're the one who should be tied up.
We don't have time for this. The dead are coming. I'll untie her, but she'll need to be watched. That's one less warrior, so I hope you know how to fight.
If I leave her, she's probably gonna get killed.
Thank you, Garrett.
Of course.
See, I don't know why
There's
you would...
something wrong with them, Garrett. Those warriors. They're not normal free folk. Not like any I've ever seen.
They're dead, apparently.
Ready!
Aye.
So it seems like there's only 2 of them that really can do anything. But if if the dead can kill the other dead, then that might be a zombie army approaching. I'm surprised she's still even here.
Lady Mira, wait.
Tom!
Why didn't
What
she?
is it?
Why doesn't she
Guards.
just leave?
They're searching your room.
Push left or
Break it down!
what am I supposed to be staring?
They're coming after us for the murder. Come on, we can't stay here.
Yeah, run.
What's going on, Tom? Sarah said she'd heard rumors about me.
It's all over the keep, milady. They're saying you take Lannister men to your bed and murder them in their sleep.
What? That's ridiculous.
It'd be ridiculous, milady, if soldiers weren't smashing in your door. They're saying you killed that Lannister guard.
Well, you did.
There's more. Someone sent the captain of the guard a message about you. Dropped off at the guardhouse. Anonymously.
You mean someone's plotting against me? What was in the message?
Murder accusations, most likely. Whoever's behind this, they're making their move now. If those guards catch you, if they catch us, we've got to stay close to Lady Marjorie. They won't touch us if we're with her. She'll protect us.
Lady Marjorie dismissed me. For good.
What? What for?
It's not important. Just... we can't count on her.
Then we've had it, Lady Mira.
Calm down. Panicking isn't going to help.
Those guards won't stop until they find someone for Damien's death. What are we going to do, Lady Mira?
Run.
How are we getting out of this one?
You should get out.
Being
get to
near me
safety.
is dangerous, Tom. You should get as far away as possible.
Appreciate the thought, milady. But we're in this together.
Why? He barely did anything.
But I don't know how to aid you now. Tell me and I'll help you.
Help me get to Ironrath.
Whatever it is, we can't stay here.
Things are too dangerous for me here, Tom. I need to get back to Ironrath.
That's the
There's
right
a collier
solution.
store by the river gate. On Muddy Way. The owners are like family. You'll be safe. From there, we can get you out of King's Landing.
That's what we need to happen. Doesn't seem like it matters.
Who's there?
Have
Shout
an
yourself,
item.
or it'll be worse
Bro,
for you.
I don't think I've seen an item on her at all, but I wouldn't remember.
Get to the colliers. Tell Godwin I sent you. Goodbye, Lady Mira.
The coal boy. Take him.
Why start fighting? It's a real interesting question as to whether, if any of those relationships you could have had in King's Landing were going to play out or be helpful more than what the coal boy just did for us.
Mira told us he was gathering an army. We have her to thank it's not bigger, but we can't fight that.
He doesn't expect us to. He's trying to frighten us into surrender. I want every bolt aimed at Lord Whitehill the moment he appears.
Fire now. Fire at those three people. He doesn't have a sword to the
Ryan.
guy's neck.
Crossbows up!
Asher Forrester! Show your face, boy!
Ryan!
He's frightened, Father. Anya!
Let's ask if he's
Are you here to sue for peace, Lord Whitehill?
Lay down your arms, and I'll spare your lives.
That's very funny. I've missed your unique sense of humor. But no. I'm here to end this once and for all. You got your little revenge on my men, but it's time you listen to reason. I could ram your gates down and kill every last one of you. Or we could end the bloodshed here and now. This war is over, Asher. It ended the moment Roderick fell. By Ramsay's rules,
All I wanna say is
I'm the
attack.
victor here.
All I want to say is
This
fire.
will all be mine now. One way or another.
Oh, this is horse shit. Tell him to fuck off.
You put too much stock in Ramsay's terms, Lord. Terms set by a madman. Terms that I never agreed to.
You really think Lord Ramsay will ask if you're in favor of his terms before flaying you alive for breaking them?
Let's put all this ugliness behind us. I'm willing to talk terms of your surrender.
You know, I've tried to deal with this guy and talk.
Open your halls
and it didn't
bend
work.
the knee as my bannermen. You continue to produce ironwood under my supervision, of course. And you will join your house to mine for all to see by wedding my Gwyn.
Well, fuck me.
Asher, you can't!
It's rather generous terms, actually.
That would be easier to believe coming from Gwyn herself. Where is she?
Far away from all this, of course. Besides, I speak on her behalf as her father.
Was Gwyn the
I
one
would
that
just
was
as
in
happily
love with
kill you
me?
all and be done with it. But I'm very generously giving you a way to keep your bloody lives. Oh, one last thing. As a show of my goodwill, I've brought home the body of your lord. Your brother was too stubborn to know when it was over.
Roderick, let me see him. I want to see my brother.
I'm sure your people will be relieved to keep their lives.
A surprisingly honorable gesture, Lord.
Of course it was. You have an hour. I'll be waiting in my camp.
Fire! When they turn around. Fire! Just shoot those guys. What was that? Is that guy working with us? This doesn't make any sense. I think this is a trap. Maybe the Gwyn is hiding in there. But even Gwyn hasn't been useful to... Hasn't been that useful. Watch, we're gonna pull it back. It's not gonna be them. It's gonna be a pig or something.
Oh, God!
Oh, my lord!
No! No!
I'm sorry, little brother.
Yeah, I don't see how Berkshire there would end up being anything more than a friend.
I've buried too many sons.
You deserved more days than what you were given, brother. And a better death than this.
That's like the second time he's been
World is
wheeled
colder
into
for your
this
passing.
place. Wouldn't it be funny if he was
Forgive
still
me,
alive
I
again?
just... Perhaps the time has come to truly let this bloodshed end. We simply accept. We bow our heads and Asher marries Gwyn.
Craven.
It's not the worst terms I've ever heard.
I may have loved Gwyn once, but this isn't real. And Lord will have my head the moment Gwyn produces an heir.
There will be no marriage. If we bow our heads now, we'll always be his slaves.
We have to kill them, Asher.
Aye, piss on surrender. Let's ride out and kill them all.
Yes, that's the right.
We ride for war!
We ride! Spill their blood!
Believe me, I want to kill every last fucking one of them. But I'm not sending you all out to certain death. Just don't have the numbers. But maybe we don't have to. Lord rules that house with an iron fist. His sons, his bannermen, do nothing without his say-so. There may be 500 men outside that wall. Without Lord at the lead...
They'll scatter like chickens with their heads cut off.
That's good, but how? Ludd will not simply cast aside his men and
you
offer his
just
neck.
shoot them?
Such a task is easily said, but Ludd is wary.
We tell Lord exactly what he wants to hear. We invite him inside to celebrate,
and drink to our union.
And then?
An ambush. Your pit fight is hidden until the last moment.
No, an ambush is too chaotic. Things could go badly quickly. Ludd could escape.
There's another way. Poison. In his wine.
A woman's weapon.
Yes, and a good one. Lethal and direct.
Either plan is high risk. We only lure Ludd inside if the whole family is there to sell it. Talia and Ryan will both be in danger.
I understand what's at stake.
Uh...
But poison is the surest way to see Ludd dead.
Talia and Ryan.
Then we have a plan.
Okay, so what's gonna be funny here is by choosing poison, it's almost certain Ludd's gonna make one of them drink
Whatever happens to me,
first.
I need you to get Ryan out alive. As soon as we move on, Ludd.
Not a problem. You know you're the only family I've ever had. That makes
So
Ryan my
Talia's
brother too.
Or Ryan is
I won't
probably gonna
forget
die
this.
here.
I've forgotten the number of times I've heard you say that.
I've said that before.
One of
We
the
will
things.
avenge Roderick's death tonight, whatever it takes.
That was a
Send word to Ludd. We'll drink this night to the prosperous future of our united houses.
She's left the key!
interesting. We went back here.
Search the area!
I guess we'll continue on this. One of the things that's weird is they said, and I don't believe it.
Lady Mira!
They said
There
that
she is!
you could
Take her!
What's all this?
Lord Morgren, please. You have to help me.
Mira Forrester! You're coming with us!
Please, do something.
Surely you have more dangerous criminals to deal with than Lady Marjorie's handmaiden.
We have orders from Captain Lucan
Let
to...
me worry about Lucan. You worry about buying yourselves a few tankards. On me. Thank you for keeping our city safe.
They promised that you could like not lose anybody in this game, and I just don't believe.
Can I take you somewhere, Lady Mira?
The Rivergate. Thank you.
The Rivergate! Quick as you can! What's going on, Mira? Is there a problem? Maybe I can help.
Someone's out to get me.
Someone's plotting against me.
Plotting? What do you mean?
They're spreading malicious rumors. And worse, they've set the guard after me.
I see. That is worrying indeed. Clearly you've made powerful enemies here in King's Landing. Although, you've made short work of one of them, at least. I hear Lord Andros has found a home in the Black Cells. I'm impressed. It seems he took on the wrong handmaiden and lost.
Andros was a snake, working
I
for
don't
the
even
White
remember
Hills.
doing that.
He got exactly what he deserved, and no more.
I'm inclined to agree. I doubt anyone will miss the oath. Of course, now that you've gotten rid of my biggest competitor, all kinds of opportunities
See,
have opened
what's
up.
weird is her eyes
Particularly
turn
in your part of the Seven Kingdoms.
like
The Ironwood market is wide open. A lot of gold to be made.
And I plan to take full
like
advantage.
she gets all cold and
Bold claim for a
calculated.
handmaiden on the run from the guard. You're clever,
then,
Mira.
Depending on some responses.
Working out that Andros was in league with the White Hills, you showed an understanding of King's Landing that took me years to gain. Of course, I knew you'd be a problem when we first met. Imagine a handmaiden stealing the Crown's Ironwood contract from under my nose. That's why I bribed that Lannister guard to kill you.
Aw.
Don't look so surprised. You must have known you'd become a target sooner or later.
Let's just
Killing
do this.
Lannister guards does not go unnoticed.
You two-faced shit! Don't you have any honor?
Honor? Do you think I got where I am because of honor?
We've both seen what happens to honorable men. After Ludd takes Ironrath, he and I will control the ironwood trade entirely. You've been very helpful, Mira. But it's time to get you out of the way. Can't have you complicating things.
You're making a mistake, Morgryn. Ludd will turn on you the first chance he gets. You're a fool if you don't see that.
Tell me, Mira, who is the fool here? You or I?
Is she gonna really win this fight?
We've arrived. Now get out of my fucking litter!
Lucan, fancy coming across you here. I seem to have found something you're looking for.
That you have, my lord. I've been searching for this murderer a long time. Finally, I've got her.
You don't need to do this, Lucan. Whatever you think you know, we can work something out.
Shut your liar's mouth! It's time you answered for your crimes.
Take her to the cells. Chin up, Mira. I'm sure if you ask him nicely, the headsman will be quick.
Let's see, do I want to go any further here? I guess not. We're at about 27 minutes here. Doesn't seem like you could have gotten away. It seems like you're going to end up in jail no matter what. It is definitely the girl's story here that confuses me the most. Makes me just wonder how wide a variety of options could have possibly happened. And again, it reinforces my thought that you cannot possibly save everybody. We could not possibly have every single member of the Forrester family alive. And I don't feel like we're even going to win. So if we do win in this game, in any sense, which I think we probably have to, it's going to be by some crazy combination, some silliness. The poison maybe will work with Ludd, and maybe that will help. Even if we do win by poison, we're just going to end up fighting the other guy that's crazy, the Boltons. So I'm not. That might go into open a door for a season 2. I'm not sure I really want a season 2 with this story, but that's because I've been playing the story in such small chunks. I would have much preferred to actually just play a game based on the actual books. It would be awesome if CD Projekt Red, the creators of Witcher 3, got that contract and just made that game. Just use the Witcher engine. I'm sure it will work fine. Just put those stories in there. That would probably be fine and a great accomplishment. Anywho, that's it for this episode. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All of that helps me out. If you want to support me, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right will be a blue button that says support this channel. Click it, make a donation. And if you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.